So we have a very interesting story coming straight from some news sources which I can't show because the ads they play on the website will probably get me age restricted. But there is a character that is going to be in Captain America: Brave New World, the new Captain America movie with Sam Wilson as Captain America. Her name is Sabra. She's a Jewish Israeli superhero, and apparently they have changed a few things about her character in response to some protest, I guess. I don't really know what caused this change, really, but all I know definitively is that there was a change. Sabra is a Jewish superhero, very blatantly Jewish, I might add. It's a little on the nose. A little is a strong understatement. But Marvel decided to actually change this character in response to, I guess, the anti-Israeli sentiments, you know, because of the whole war thing going on. Apparently there was a boycott of this movie because of Sabra's appearance for some reason. But Marvel did decide to change Sabra's whole character, really. So instead of being a Israeli Jewish superhero, she is now a former Black Widow. Yeah, just a former Black Widow. That's really all we know right now. But it's very interesting that they decided to change this entire character in response to just some retarded protests. It's crazy. There's two sides to this whole thing. There's the protesters who don't want Sabra in the movie or just want to boycott the movie because she's in the movie. And we have Marvel. And both are very dumb and retarded because the boycott is so dumb because it's literally a comic character. There's no anti-Palestine things in this movie. Literally just a Jewish superhero. That's literally all she is, to my knowledge anyway. I don't know if there's some IDF propaganda or something, I don't know. But from my understanding, she is just a Jewish superhero. So there's not really much to get mad at other than the fact that she is Jewish. So I did a little bit more research on this character, and by that I mean I read the whole post the protesters made, and I've come to the conclusion that there are a little bit more problems with Sabra than I initially realized. Sabra is probably a Israel propaganda character, and she's also just a bad character in general. Like, she doesn't go one comic without mentioning that she is Israeli, or she is like a Israeli superhero or whatever. Her whole character is that she's Israeli, so she's a pretty bad character altogether, to be honest. But my criticisms of the protesters and Marvel do still stand, I think. But then we have Marvel. They cowered to these retarded protests. They weren't protests. It was just like kind of like a boycott movement. It wasn't like they're on the streets protesting. At least I don't think they were. I probably would have heard about it if they were doing that. But they cowered to these individuals, these Emily BLMs, if you will. And it's just really weird. Because I don't really think this group of people is a large majority. So what would be the purpose of pandering to this very small minority of people who don't want Sabra in this movie? That just seems like so dumb. I don't know. I really don't know. And if you're gonna just change her to be a former Black Widow, you might as well just put a former Black Widow in here. I don't know. Like, you didn't need to just rewrite her character. You could have just added a new character. But now you decided to butcher this character instead of what would probably be the easiest thing, which would just be would it be easier? I don't know, but it would make the most sense to just, maybe change the character that this actress is playing, and maybe hire a new actress or something like that. But to just to have it be Sabra. Her name's not Sabra, of course, because Sabra is some Jewish term, some Israeli term. My bad. Whoops. Her name's not Sabra, but she does have her she has the name of Sabra, her real name. I'm just gonna call her Ruth. I can't say that. So we have Ruth in this movie, Sabra, which is not called Sabra, but she's a Black Widow. It's just so confusing that they would just change the character instead of just putting a new character in. There's countless of other characters you could have in this movie that aren't Sabra, but are I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. First, why would you cower to this very minute, minuscule group of people? Why? What would be the purpose of that? There's absolutely no purpose. I've never even heard about the boycott until they changed the character. You're warping this character into something that she's not, instead of just putting a different character in it. It's just so weird. Like, why would you do that? What possessed Marvel to do that? I don't understand. It makes no sense. Why? It just seems like Marvel is just making the worst decisions possible. The people at Marvel, they physically cannot make a good decision. Like, they physically just cannot make a good decision. I don't know. What do I think? I think she shouldn't have been replaced. There's no problem with having a Jewish superhero. It's not promoting like anti-Palestine. It's not promoting genocide. It's just she's just Jewish and Israeli. That's literally it. There's no catch. She's just Jewish. There's no catch. So it's just mind-boggling that they just would decide to cower to this. It's not even a mob. It's just like this small group of people. Like, why? There's nothing bad about having a Jewish superhero. There's nothing bad about it. I don't know, man. That'll be it for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, watch my other videos, follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram, and yeah, you've been watching Lowhand. I've been Lowhand, and we spray the scene in red.